Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. So coming back with the last play with this Santa Paws kit from Hunkydory, which is the Home for Christmas, and this one's just got the 3 large toppers on. You've got a little tag and a couple of different sentiments and a beautiful little border there. Then the printed one has the super cute puppy and kitten with the light border there, crackers, that sort of thing. Very pretty, very cute. And then this little guy is my favourite. Look how cute is he. And this is the foiled piece. So I did get the insert and paper pack. So the inserts have the little dog on, the little cutie. And then the printed papers, on one side you've got this beautiful bold red with the Christmas tree, and on the other side you've got that lovely crackle sort of yellow background, which is super cute as well. So let's just pop that to the side for a second, and I'm going to start by bringing in a piece of a 6x12 cardstock. And I'm going to score it at the 6-inch mark, and we'll just fold that over as if it were a normal, well, it is a normal, but a normal 6x6 card. And let's pop that out of the way, and then I'm going to bring in my ruler, and normally I would do a tent fold or a top fold, but today, because of this style of card, is going to work better with a side fold. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm just going to put a little mark on the top at 1/4 inch. And on this bottom side, I'm going down to 2 inches. And then if I bring my trimmer in, line up those 2 marks on my cut line. And okay, cut that off. Okay, and pop that in the bin. So I'm not sure I'll get another use for that. Now I have already cut another piece to size and scored it. So my second piece is 9 inches by 3.5, and I've scored it at 4.5. So those are going to be pieces that I need to make my card. Just going to quickly just rub those marks off. There we go. Okay, so let's bring in the trimmer. Because this is gold foiling, I'm going to be using gold Miri Matte 6x6. So I'm going to start with one for the back, which is going to be 2 notches under the 6. So each notch is 1/16. So 2 notches are 2/16 or 1/8 of an inch if you prefer the proper measurement. So that one is going to go into there like so. And then I'm going to get another one, so I'm going to need another 2, I believe, for this one. So for this piece here, what I'm going to do, actually pop that on my knee a second. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the, now, if I cut it that way, I need to do it on the right side, so that it's at the same angle, otherwise when I turn it over it will be on a different angle. So I'm just going to put a little mark at the 1/4 inch at the top and the 2 inch on the bottom. And then I'm going to line those marks up again. There you are. Just to try and get that same angle, and I can take a little bit off the back to make that fit where I want it to go. So I'm going to take one notch off there, and 1 notch off the bottom. I might have to take a little bit more, but I'm going to measure it to the card just to make sure before I go chopping any more. No, I think that's going to be perfect, so I will leave that as it is. So to go on the back, I've got to do a mirror mat for that one as well, but to go on the mirror mat on the back, I'm going to use this paper, and I want to use the yellow side. So I can just cut that to size, and I'm cutting that 5 3/4 of an inch squared. And that one will go onto there. And let's see what we've got left on there. Okay, so let's just cut that to 6 inches. And what I want to do is pop I don't know now, because we've got a pattern going that way and then the tree going that way. Maybe we'll do it that way. Okay, now I am slightly shorter on one side, so I will make allowances for that. So we are 1 notch smaller on that side. So what I'm going to do is just mark that at 1 notch under 1/4 of an inch. And this one is 6. I'm going to mark that 2 inches there. Apologies if you can hear the neighbours yelling at each other out there. No idea what's going on, but not interested in the drama. There we go. So lining up those marks again. Just want to see where that sits. Okay. So now I'm going to take 2 notches off this side. Actually, I'm going to take 1 notch off that side because that one was a little shorter, so it's better to take too little than too much. And I'll take 1 notch off that side as well. So I'm going to take another notch off there. I'm going to take a tiny bit off here, not quite a notch. And hopefully that should be fine. So I'm just checking it by eye with it being that odd sort of angle. What I am going to do is, just because it looks a little pointy at the top, and because my trimmer's not cutting that straight, because it's just such a small amount, of just taking the top off so it looks like it's been squared off at the top. But we've got that piece there now that's going to go on there quite nicely. Okay, so another piece of gold. I might have a piece under here. Let's have a look at this. So it needs to be a 3.5 by 4.5. No, it doesn't, because that's the size of it. It needs to be 3.5 minus 2 notches by 4.5 minus 2 notches. And that should fit onto there quite nicely. And then bring in some of the cardstock, I think. Bring it in. And I think I'm going to come in. What's the other one? Because I'm just thinking I've got red on red there. this other one might be better because it's got green. Let's go with that one. And I'm just going to take a piece. It's going to be 3 1/4. And it's going to be by 4 1/4. So I'm keeping those lights on there, not that you can see a lot of it. Okay, now inside, I think I do need another little gold mirror mat just to keep things running through the same theme. So, but I've not got another little piece there. I might have this one here. So again, it's going to be 3 1/2 minus 2 notches by 4 1/2 minus 2 notches. Now, because I think the topper I'm using is not the one that matches with the insert. Because the insert is all plain on there, what you can do is you can cut into that and then maybe use a peel off or something. But what I'm going to do is just bring in my little trim me, which you can see I have been using rather a lot. Winter wishes, magical festive season. Do from our home to yours. Okay, so I'm going to cut that to the 4-inch measurements along the top, because 3 1/2. Just trying to keep that sentiment centered. And then I'm going to go for the 5-inch mark, which is here, I believe. Okay, now that should be 5, is it? It's 7. Okay, so we can take right there, that line there. And now we are at 5 3/4. So I'm going to take to the next line. I'm just going to take a little bit extra. And then hopefully I should be able to turn that round and go to 4 1/4. And we should hopefully still be somewhere in the middle, and we are. And then we need to go to 3 1/4. So I need to go a little bit off there. So it's about 1/4 inch off the side of each. And that should fit quite nicely onto there, and it does. Okay, so that's our little insert for there. So no way to sort of work that out beforehand without doing it, unfortunately. So I just tend to take it easy, just take little bits at a time, and then I know that, you know, you can always take it off, but you can't add it back on, basically. Okay, so let's pop these onto our card blank. So the glues I'm going to be using, the usual one is the Clow All Purpose in that clear one, and the Clow Tacky Glue in the white one. So just going to pop that on. So when I've got the cardstock, I'm using the tacky glue in the corner. Line that up quite nicely. There we good press down. And then on this one I'm just going to use the all-purpose. I have got a tape pen. I like to use the dotty tape pen, but the tape pen that I currently have in here at the moment is not a dotty one, it's a proper one, and what I find is it grabs it too fast, and obviously because it's paper you're never going to get that off without ripping, so just hoping and praying that doesn't move while we're doing the rest of our project. So this is cardstock, so I can pop that onto the back. Good press down, and then again with this one. And these are really nice papers, and I have been experimenting with using the tacky glue on these papers because they are a bit more substantial than the insert papers and the paper pad papers. I did have a little bit of success with it, but not so much that I'm willing to sort of bet the outcome of my project on it at the moment. So I want to do more experiments to see how that gets on. I've got our insert, which is going on here. Let's do it straight. Again, just using that all-purpose glue. And I like the colours in this, real traditional bold colours in this part of the kit. Those reds and greens, proper Christmas greens. And this is cardstock, so we can use a bit of the tacky. Okay, so just going into there. Okay, so now this piece is going to go onto the inside on here. Make sure that's in the right place. And what I want to do is get that pretty much central. So I'm just going to use my all-purpose glue on this one, just because that's going to give me the best option for moving this around and just getting that into where we want it to be and to get it straight. Now I know if I get it straight here, it's going to be straight on the inside. So with my little ruler on, I just want to check. It looks a little wider on one side than the other. Yeah, so it needs to go up a little and over. I think that looks a little better. Just need to get that a little straighter. I'm happy with that. So that is the bones of our cards. So we've got that interactive little flap there. Now if you wanted to, that is the perfect size. Oops, let's just open that back up again. That is the perfect size for a gift card. I did have one here, but I don't know where it's gone. But you know, just to show you that that would be perfect size to put a little gift card in if you were sending it to someone that you wanted to do that for. So now I'm just going to grab the toppers, which disappeared. Here we go. And I'm going with this super cute little one on his own with no frames. He's going onto there, and then straighter. I think I'm going to go with Merry Christmas in the green. And I'm probably going to come up here. think that's what we're going to do. So nice and easy, not too much on here. I think I will go with some scissors, a 1mm pad on here. Just got a few little pips there, let's just pop those off. A little bit of tacky glue, and then we'll pop that up under there. We shouldn't, that's fine, it'll be fine like that. So let me just take that up again. Come on now. I don't want to go over it because otherwise it won't shut properly. Might have to just come off a bit, and then what I'll do is trim it down. Okay, happy with that. Okay, so this one we can go, I think maybe we'll go nice and high with some 2mm ones. If you've got the 3 or 4, depending on what sort of envelope you're going to pop it into. But I don't have to worry about none of these being able to be seen because this little mini card is the perfect size for it. So pop those over. And just again tacky glue just to give me that wiggle room time. Just pip at the top there, so just down, and then we've got these guys that are under the tree. And then for gems, I think we have got some green ones. Oops, there they are. And these are not quite as dark as those ones. Just pick those up because they're just falling on the floor. They want to go on the floor. Okay, stay on the floor. Right, so let's see. I think these will do okay on there because they're quite sparkly. I do like these sparkly shimmer gems, I think they're called. So let's just pop 3. Actually, I'm going to put 2 there and 1 there. And I think I'm going to put a small one there. And then I'm going to bring in, I haven't got a red one. What I can do is bring in one of these small little gold ones just to make an odd number. I'm going to bring that in down this. I don't know if I like that or not because it's a different type of gem. Let's put it back over there. Maybe I should just come in with a slightly lighter one which will show up on that green. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, so that is my finished first card. So that's sort of reveal card. Those into there. So if you wanted to, you could put another topper on there and then just have, you know, writing around that side, but it's still going to fit in a normal 6x6 envelope. But that is card number 1. Just going to get it set up for card number 2. Okay, so for the second card I'm going to use our little cute little puppy there, and I'm going to use my template for the pop-up centre card. So I'm going to grab a piece of card and my trimmer, and I'm going to pop my card through to the 2-inch mark, and I need to cut from 1 inch to 6.5. And I to do that again on the other side. So to the 2-inch mark, and 6.5 down to 1. And then just to give me a hand with scoring these out, so this needs to be 1 inch and 1.5, and a second for 6.5. Just helps across the middle pieces, just so I can find the line on my other board. The other ones should be easy enough to find. So let's bring in the scoreboard. So we're going to score across that 1 inch, the 1.5 inch. We're going to go all the way across the 6, and then the 6.5 just in the middle. Okay, so the 1 and the 1.5 and the 6.5 are just across that middle panel, because that's the one we want to lift up and pop out. And then if I carefully bring that over, make sure it lines up nice and straight, fringe those folds down, and then I can move that one forward and down, and then just very carefully pop that fold in, and then we're going to end up with a card shape that looks like that. So let's bring in the trimmer and start some layers. So for all of these pieces, they're 2 inches across. So I'm going to take 2 notches off that. So 2 notches off the, actually do the 2 notches off the 6 first. It's going to save me a little tiny bit of work. And then go 2 notches off the 2. 2 notches off the 2. No, that's on the 2. 2 notches off the 2. And then 2 notches off the 2. This piece here is 1 inch, so I'm going to take 2 notches off the 1 for that piece there. This one is 4.5, so we'll take 2 notches off that as well, and that one should fit onto there quite nicely. Okay, so let's go back with, we'll go with the one that matches this one, which is the foiled. So I'm going to start by taking 5 3/4 off of that. It just makes it easier to work with. And then I'm going to turn this around and cut this at 5 3/4. Again, gives me a nice piece to work with elsewhere. So these 2 bits are going to be 1 3/4. So I'm going to put that way round. 1 3/4. And then I can take this to 1 3/4. So it just means I've wasted just a little bit, that's all. This bottom bit, I want it to be in the red, and it's the 1 inch, so I'm going to cut that at 3/4 of an inch. Usually I cover it up with the sentiment, to be honest, but I like that there. And then this piece here needs to go to 4.5. What I am going to do is just take 1/2 inch off the top, which I think should bring it down around about where that is going to be on my card, even though you're probably not going to see a lot of it anyway. But then we need to take that to 4 1/4. Okay, so let's do some assembling on this one. So I'm going to pop some all-purpose and put that onto my middle piece. And then I can pop this one on top as well. Oops. A little high with that one. Hopefully we've not got any glue in places we don't want them. Just bring that a little closer, that might make it a little easier. Okay, now these pieces, for a moment, I'm just going to glue those onto the gold. So I suspect that the largest frame on my topper there is not going to go onto that base. So what I was thinking of doing is popping some of it on the underneath. So let's just get these bits onto there. So it does mean I'm going to be chopping it up a bit. Okay, so which I do like to do now and then. That's that one there. We can pop this one onto our card because I don't think we're going to be doing anything with this little piece besides maybe putting our sentiment over it, maybe a border, I don't know. We'll see where we go from here really. So just making sure I've got that the same way around as the pattern. And I can see that this little piece here is upside, you know, is facing downwards with the little dots in between it radiating out. So let's pop that there. Okay. So let's pop our little puppy out. He's going to fit on there quite nicely. Now this would be super hard to balance on those 4 sort of corners. You could pop some acetate behind, maybe I've done that before, or vellum, and then have that lifted up. But what I was thinking about doing was sort of cutting a bit of this away and then popping that onto that bottom frame, so that would go across and up to a certain point. So I think what I need to do is work out the best way to do this. So obviously that would be on there, that would be on there. So I'm not worrying about sticking anything onto the center piece. And if I bring in my pencil, so I kind of want it to be around about there. So I'm just imagining that this is popped up and will be in the middle. So I'm hoping it works. If not, we'll have to manage without it. I'm going to go across there and there. There and there. Maybe I should try and get a piece for there. We'll see. We'll try it. We'll see what happens. Okay, now let's bring the trimmer in and see how this works out. So I've got one pencil mark there, one pencil mark here. So just do not want that to move. So there is our first piece. And then with this piece here, we've got a mark there, we've got a mark there. Two there. And then we took some off there. We'll see how this works out at the bottom, but I wasn't planning on putting it on, to be honest, but let's see how it looks, because there won't be a bit at the top because there's no real space at the top. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so now I'll put those back on. Put that piece into there, that piece into there. Obviously I'll glue them on at the right places once the card is made up. Is that the small piece or is that the small piece? And that would be in the middle. Okay, let's stick some bits down and see how it looks. I might need to trim some more off that. Let me put that bit to the side so I don't get confused with it. So this piece is going on. Like so. And obviously it looks like this is not lined up at the moment because that's not popped out like it's going to be. And we're going to pop this piece into there like so. And then if we bring our card forward, because you're moving over a little bit actually, let's see if it will still let me. Yep, it did. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and pop this on with some 1mm foam pads. Just going to pop 1, 2, 3 down the middle. Some tacky glue on there, put that on its side, and then we're going to pop our little doggy on. Okay. So now I'm thinking going to be about getting this in the right place. For some reason one is longer than the other. Let's see if that is true, and it is. So let's even those up. Not sure if I like that now. Let's see what it would look like if we did it from that side. The angle's just slightly different on. So let's see if that sits a little better. You could come in. Not going to. Okay, now do I want to pop these up or shall I just have them flat? I think I'm just going to have them flat, to be honest. So let's just pop a little bit of tacky glue on. I'm just going to use tacky glue. I'm going to pop that on around about halfway up. And again with this one. Into there. Just see if they are around about the same points, starting and finishing. And they are, which is quite nice. Okay, let's have a look at sentiments. So we've got from our family to yours. There's no place like home or with love. Kind of thinking that that red might get a bit lost. So I'm going to go with from our family to yours. Let's just neaten that up a little bit. What's the matter, Henry? Henry's having a little grumble. We are expecting a Tesco man, so he could come at any time. And shouldn't have taken those backs off before I decided where I was putting it, but hey ho, gonna live dangerously. And I think I like it on this side. I'm gonna bring in my little ribbon maker, and I think we'll go with dark green, like a nice emerald green, Christmas green. And just pull a nice amount out. Oh, that would be better. In, around and under. Again. And hopefully, because I've lifted this a little bit, I should be able to get my tweezers behind there just to get that clamped on while it sets. Okay, and then let's have a look for some gems. I don't think I'm going to go green this time. I'm going to go gold. So let's grab my little triangle tray. Be straight, please, if you don't mind. That's better. And I think I'm going to go one, two. So we've got a bigger one and a smaller one. So we've got the bigger one, then the smaller one, same size. Yeah, same size. There we go. Okay. So that is my second card finished. Let's turn that around. Obviously that bow is going to take about 10 minutes to dry to a point where it will stay on there no matter what. Let me just pop that lid on there. Pop that one on there and we'll just bring that other card in. So those are the two cards that we have from this set, which is the Home for Christmas one. So that is me finished with this kit now, officially on videos anyway. I will carry on and craft through the rest of the kit. I want to put those up in my Pinterest and Facebook page, so that if you do happen to get this kit at some point, if you haven't got it already, if you haven't fallen in love with it, there will be examples, 2 examples of each topper, because I'll use the whole kit. So it's going to be plenty of inspiration on Facebook and Pinterest for you if you need it. I'm coming back next time, definitely with the magazine. After I've done the magazine, I'm going to take a break from Christmas. So if Hunkydory haven't bought anything out that isn't Christmas that I've fallen in love with, what I might do is work through 1 or 2 of the books that I have. The sort of craft pads, so it might be nice to have a little play with something a bit older. But that's it for me today. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Enjoy the rest of it, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye.